In terms of dimensions, look, and feel, the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 4 are the exact same phones. So how are you supposed to compare the two? In this video, you'll find out that it's the internals that matter, not the externals. Hey guys, it's Blake from You've Got Tech. So before we get to the juicy spec information and all the fun stuff, I just want to do a quick hardware tour. The 4S is on top. You see that it has two divots there for the black bar extra antenna slot things. I don't even know what the name would be for them. And this is the GSM iPhone 4, so it only has a total of 3, while the iPhone 4S has 4. It is carrying the same antenna design that the CDMA revised iPhone 4 had back in February. So if I had a CDMA iPhone 4, I literally wouldn't be able to do this part of the video. They would be so alike, it's not even funny. So we're going over the subtle changes. On this side, the right side of the device, they both have micro SIM slots as it's a world phone, and even if you have Verizon or Sprint, the micro SIM slot would be unused, but it's still there because it's one device that would also support any of the 3 carriers, and I have it on AT&T. So, on the iPhone 4, for me it had a divot there next to the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the 4S it doesn't have that, and of course the 4S has a 5-lens image stabilizing 1080p camera, while the iPhone 4 only has a 720p camera. Still HD, still pretty good camera, but certainly not 1080p. They both, of course, only have a single LED flash, and they both only have VGA front-facing cameras, which, by the way, definitely disappointed me the day of the keynote, because I was expecting FaceTime in HD. So the first thing we're going to do here is, actually, this is just real quick. From the lock screen, I want to show you that the 4S actually even unlocks faster, like noticeably faster than the 4. So you see that got to the home screen maybe half a second faster, and I didn't notice that until like just a few minutes ago, but once you realize that, it's actually pretty noticeable, and you realize it every time after. So that's just something I wanted to show you that was pretty cool. Anyway, so we're going to do a boot up speed test. We're going to slide them off, power them off at the same time, and you can see that the 4S, okay, they both got them at the same time. I was going to say that the 4S got the wheel first, but it didn't. Oh my god, the iPhone 4 and the 4S are literally very, very close. They're basically tying here. They both got the Apple logo at around the same time. And we're waiting. But while it's booting up, what we're going to do next is we're going to do a browsing speed test over 3G. I want to test the HSPA Plus network. That is only, also, this is something I want to say, only available on AT&T, as Verizon and Sprint don't have the tower support for that capability. It's the 14.4 megabit HSPA Plus compared to 7.2 megabits per second regular 3G speeds. So, okay, so the iPhone 4 powered on first, ready to unlock, and by the time this unlocks, about 5 to 7 seconds faster. So, not that big of a difference, but definitely faster on the 4S. So we're going to do the browsing speed test now over 3G, and I don't want these loading. I have to clear the cache and data, well, the cookies and data, and the history. Okay, so clear history, clear cookies and data. Don't know what I just clicked. Okay, Safari. Alright, so we're going to load Engadget now. And hopefully they'll both load the desktop site, otherwise it's going to be an unfair test. It always does this. This is loading the mobile site, and that's loading the desktop site. Desktop. If it gets done faster with the 4 having that much of a head start, then that really shows you the speed. Wow. It caught up. It finished the same time as the 4, and the 4 started like almost 10 seconds faster, or at least 5 seconds. That was pretty impressive. All right. Let's do YouTube. It's probably the mobile YouTube, but just a quick test. And this one came up. And this one's still going, so the 4S finished way faster on that. Alright, so they both loaded YouTube. And now, I mean, basically you can see that the 4S definitely won out in that category. And it's probably, as Apple said, 2 times faster. So we're going to do the network speed test now. We're going to do it over 3G. This is for a test with actual numbers compared to kind of a non-scientific test with the internet. And it works over Wi-Fi and 3G. I'm just using it for 3G. I'm sure all you guys know. Alright. So the 4S again is on the right, and you can see it's already at like 3 megabits a second. It was at 3.5 megabits, and the 4 is only at 1.6, pretty steady. The 4S is about 2.5 now. Yeah, so it finished almost a full megabit higher in the download, and the uploads look to be about equal, but again, they only updated the HSPA Plus to higher download. The upload stayed at 5.8. So, definitely double the speed on that also. So one of the last things I want to do is cover the fact that the Apple has added a new image signal processor in the A5 chip that allows you to have a lot less, if not zero, shutter lag. So if you click because now you can shoot with the plus button, the volume up button. If you click it like 7-10 times, you can see it's taking the photo very fast with no lag in between the photos, and I just took like 15 photos. So, that is pretty cool. So much faster photo taking. You don't even have to compare that to the iPhone 4's camera speed. It's clearly, if you've ever used the iPhone 4, it's clearly much faster and has almost no lag in between photos compared to a lot of lag in between almost every photo, and especially even just opening the camera app was slow. Or just certainly not fast. Anyway, so lastly, I want to cover graphical improvements. So with the A5, obviously, compared to the A4, they claim it's going to be, Apple of course is that it's going to be 7 times faster. So I want to make sure everything's cleared in multitasking, and it's not camera, okay. But you can see everything else is done. So I'm going to click them at the same time, nothing is running in the background, and see which goes faster. And if it lives up to being 7 times faster, which I suspect it won't. It's certainly doing better than the iPhone 4 right now. You can see the play button's already there, and you'd have to wait a few shadows for the play button to get there on the 4. And then once you click the play button, you see that the animation starts right after you click it on the 4S, whereas you have to wait for it to fade from black on the iPhone 4. So you can clearly see it's about maybe 5-10 seconds faster. We're going to stop there. I don't know if that's 7 times faster. It's definitely like 3 or 4 times faster. But, huge improvement in speed, and that allows app developers to create more intense graphical apps, which bigger is always better, more graphics always better. So Rage launched them at the same time. You can see animation starts faster on the 4S, and the app just overall opened faster. Gets to the menu faster, and we're in the game. So maybe about 4 seconds faster, 2 to 3 seconds faster. Alright, so that's really it for today, guys. Certainly wasn't very little, covered a lot. Anything you think I've missed, feel free to put that in the comments. Please like, comment on anything you want, and certainly subscribe to see more things on the iPhone and, of course, other products in the future. Peace, guys.